Victor looked at the sales charts with a heavy heart. During the difficult pandemic period, the market had shrunk significantly, and profits were falling. The board of directors viewed the situation as a total disaster. Victor often explained the difference between a small professional law firm and a large manufacturing company to his staff, but right now, both felt equally difficult to manage. To save the business, Victor decided to hold a high-stake retreat in the mountains. "This is not a stag party or a hen party," Victor reminded his team during the drive. They arrived at a remote wooden lodge where they were met by Merrick, the local gamekeeper, who knew the forest better than anyone. Before the meeting, Merrick took them into the woods to clear their heads. They saw a majestic stag standing by a stream. Nearby, there was a young buck and a small roe hiding in the tall grass. Merrick pointed out a fallow deer in the distance, explaining how he managed the deer population and the health of the wild game in the valley. Elena, the chief engineer, was not looking at the animals. She was worried about a technical flaw in their new prototype. A small fuse had blown during the final testing stage back at the factory. She knew this mechanical fault could delay their launch and give their competitors an advantage. Their main adversary was a giant global corporation that was already ahead of Europe in battery technology. This rival was formidable and used its size to intimidate smaller players in the market. Victor knew that competing with them would feel like an all-out war for survival. Elena felt that some members of the board were biased against her department's budget. It was bothersome to constantly defend her team, and the lack of trust began to annoy her. Victor began to ponder the situation carefully, realizing he needed to bridge the gap between engineering and management. That evening, Merrick acted as their chef. He prepared a traditional meal of wild game. The scent of the roasted meat was wonderful, and the sight of the beautifully arranged dish was like art. However, Victor gave a heavy sigh when he saw the bill for the catering. The ingredients were quite overpriced for their current budget. Victor decided to reach out to Elena privately after dinner. With great sincerity, he told her he trusted her technical vision completely. They needed a unanimous vote from the leaders the next morning to move forward. "Our aim is to win," he said, "unless we want to lose everything we have built." Victor threw the old, safe business plans into the fireplace. He had been shaken by the recent crisis, but now he stood firmly by the new, risky strategy. He promised himself he wouldn't be reckless or careless, but he also wouldn't let their passion for innovation fade. As the sun rose, they were ready to face the future. Even though the company felt vulnerable in such a competitive market, they would persevere. The value of their hard work and their new partnership would remain their greatest strength in the years to come.